The balloons in the warehouse. It started as a rumor, the kind that spreads through hallways in whispers, the kind teachers pretend not to hear. Kids were going missing. Not one or two. Enough for the school to cancel football games. Enough for parents to start picking their kids up instead of letting them walk home. Enough for the city to enforce a strict curfew for anyone under 18. The police had no suspects, no witnesses, no security footage. Just balloons. Red balloons tied to street signs. Red balloons floating outside crime scenes. Red balloons left drifting in empty bedrooms where kids had vanished. No fingerprints. No DNA. Just balloons. And somehow that made it worse. The party. Someone found the perfect place to ignore all of it. An abandoned warehouse near the train tracks on the edge of town. It had been shut down for years after a chemical fire. Windows boarded. Rusted loading docks. Graffiti covering every inch of brick. It became the talk of the school in 2 days. Biggest party of the year. Everyone's going. No parents. No cops. We had to keep it low-key because of curfew. If you were caught after 9 p.m., you were detained until your parents picked you up. So we moved quiet. Text chains. Snap stories set to close friends. Word of mouth only. When we went to get beer, we had Tyler's older brother buy it. He didn't ask questions, just laughed and told us not to die. I remember it clearly. As we loaded the cases into the trunk, I glanced up. Across the street, second floor window of a closed pawn shop. A clown, white face, red mouth stretched too wide, bald cap, something shiny in its hand. I blinked. Gone. Yo, I said, nudging Marcus. You see that? See what? The window. There was nothing, just darkness. They laughed it off, said I was already drunk. Maybe I was, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something had been watching. Inside the warehouse smelled like old metal and mildew. We set up speakers, hung cheap LED lights. Someone dragged in folding tables. Music blasted so loud the walls vibrated. And for a while it was perfect. Dancing, drinking, making out in dark corners. Beer cans everywhere. Someone spray painted, "No curfew tonight" on a pillar. We forgot about the missing kids. Forgot about the balloons. Forgot about everything. Until the beer started running low. Yo, I'll check the back, Jason said. I think we left a case by the loading dock. He disappeared into the darker section of the warehouse, behind stacked crates. Music kept pounding. 5 minutes passed. Then, a scream. Not playful, not exaggerated. A real one. The music kept going. People laughed at first, thinking it was a joke. Then Jason stumbled back into the light. His hands were at his throat, blood pouring through his fingers. Behind him, the clown. It stepped forward slowly. White face cracked like porcelain. Red paint smeared wider than any human smile should stretch. Its eyes were black, glossy, too large. It held a long, curved blade dripping red. Jason dropped to his knees. The clown pushed him forward like discarded trash and started laughing. Not loud, not hysterical. A low, wet giggle that didn't sound human. That's when the music finally cut, and everyone saw it. The smell. Panic erupted. People screamed, pushed, fell. Someone shouted, "It's a mask. It's a prank." Then the smell hit. Gas. Sharp. Chemical. burning the nose. I turned. Small flames were climbing along the walls near the back. Trails of gasoline had been poured in lines across the concrete floor. The clown had planned this. We rushed the main exit. Locked. From the outside, people pounded against the metal doors, screaming for help. The fire spread fast. Plastic decorations melted. Smoke thickened. The clown moved through the chaos slowly, calmly, slashing anyone who got close, laughing while people burned. One girl's hair caught fire as she ran. She tripped. The flames swallowed her before anyone could reach her. I'll never forget that smell. Burning hair, burning flesh, screams turning into choking gasps. The clown grabbed Marcus by the hoodie and dragged the blade across his stomach like it was opening a package. I froze. Then survival kicked in. I grabbed a metal pipe from the ground and ran toward the boarded windows. I swung. Wood cracked but didn't break. The clown noticed. Its head tilted unnaturally to one side, and it started walking toward me. Slow, patient, like it knew I wasn't going anywhere. I swung again. The board shattered. Fresh air rushed in. This way. I screamed. 3 of us dove through the broken window. Glass shredded my arms as I climbed out. Behind us, the warehouse was an inferno. Screams faded into the roar of flames. The clown stood in the doorway, watching. It didn't chase. It just waved. Aftermath. Police ruled it an accidental fire. Said underage drinking led to something going wrong. No bodies were properly identified. 2 burned. No suspect found. And of course, they found balloons. Red balloons tied to the warehouse fence the next morning. The hunt. I couldn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I heard laughing. Saw flames. Saw Marcus. I started digging. Old newspaper archives. Police reports. Online forums. The same pattern stretched back decades. Warehouse fires. Carnival accidents. Abandoned fairgrounds. Kids missing. Balloons left behind. The clown wasn't new. It was careful, methodical, and it liked fire. I started carrying a knife everywhere. Started checking windows. Started noticing red balloons tied to streetlights near my house. Getting closer. One night I saw it again. Standing under a flickering street lamp outside my window. Smiling up at me. Waiting. Something inside me snapped. I wasn't going to run again. The final night. I followed it. Through empty streets. Through an old playground. To a rundown carnival storage lot on the edge of town. It was setting up. Gas cans. Balloons. Old carnival props. Preparing for another party. Another fire. Another group of dumb kids. It saw me and laughed. We circled each other in silence. It lunged first. The blade grazed my ribs. I tackled it to the ground. The mask cracked under the impact. Not a mask. Its skin split like dried paint. Underneath, nothing normal. Pale flesh stretched too tight. Eyes black all the way through. No whites. No pupils. It tried to bite me. Its teeth were filed to points. I grabbed a broken metal rod from the ground and drove it through its shoulder. It shrieked. Not laughter this time. A sound like metal tearing. It clawed at me, slicing my arm open. But I didn't stop. I pushed the rod deeper, pinned it to the ground, and lit one of its gasoline trails. Fire spread fast. It thrashed as flames climbed its body. And as it burned, it laughed again, even while melting, even while screaming. It laughed. The fire consumed everything. When police arrived, they found me unconscious nearby. They never found a body, just ashes, and one unburned red balloon tied to a fence post. I still see balloons sometimes, floating where they shouldn't be, and sometimes at night, I hear laughter, not behind me, not outside, but inside my head. And I wonder, did I really kill it? Or did I just make it angry? Balloon.